Hello and a very warm welcome to day 2 of the Rio Centro 2016 Paralympic Games. We've got some live action to look forward to here from Rio Centro Pavilion 2. Rio Centro is the city's main exhibition and convention centre. We're located right next to Olympic Park. See a lot of Brazilian supporters filling up the stands as we speak, and that's because they have some interest in this competition with Bruno Carra. 11 athletes will be battling it out for the Paralympic title in the men's 54 kilo category. You can see some big weights over 3, getting close towards 4 times body weight. That's exceptional by anybody's standards. If you haven't seen powerlifting before, the athletes will be competing head to head in the bench press discipline. To test to see quite simply who can lift the most. There are the discs: green, yellow, blue, red and black. Colours indicate the weights. 3 referees seated and ready to go. Onto the platform come the spotters. We have 1 spotter on each side of the bar, and the main spotter who will be standing at the head of the bar. Backstage right now, in picture, Dimitrios from Greece. Dimitrios Bakochristos, he has a best, well, he's due to coming in on 162. Lifter from Vietnam. So we've got one of the all-time greats when it comes to powerlifting from China, Wang Jian, competing in his 6th, yes I said that right, in his 6th Paralympic Games, and having only finished off the podium once previously, I'm not going to bet against him finishing on the podium again here in Rio. Can Binh An Nguyen from Vietnam make the podium after placing 4th in London? He's got the highest start weight with the 178 kilos. This competition really is wide open, less than 2 minutes on the clock. Some big start weights from Nigeria's Roland Ezuruike and Brazil's Bruno Carra as well. So these are the body weights. The lightest lifter, Roland Ezuruike of Nigeria, with a body weight of 51.73. Heaviest lifter, Jorge Carinao of Chile, 53.94. Athletes could have weighed in up to a maximum of 54 kilos. Big group, big field, 11 lifters are going to battle it out. So lifters will only receive 3 attempts. There's your world record holder, Osman Sharif. He will be competing in a heavier category. He's gone up this time, so he's left it wide open for everybody else, but 205 kilos is the weight to beat. 175 kilos is the Paralympic standard. So jury just indicating to the loaders they want something done. These are the people that can influence the competition if there is an appeal. So 3 rounds, every lifter will take 1 attempt. It will be a rising bar. Once the first round is complete, we'll move on to round 2. So the round robin system, unlike in weightlifting, where you take, it's just a rising bar all the way through. Each lifter will take 1 attempt, then we go to round 2, everybody will take an attempt, and so on.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
As with Olympic weightlifting, para-powerlifting is only categorised according to body weight. Try to fill you in on some of the rules as we go, but we're about to see the competition starting. Sztano, Gyorgy of Hungary. An athlete of short stature. We don't have too much background on him, making his Paralympic debut here in Rio.
Weight 112 kilograms, rack height 6.
So you may hear the announcers announcing the rack height. Quite simply, the height of the racks, depending on the length of levers, i.e. the length of the arms. Athletes can nominate the height that they would like the rack set at. So as well as having to load the bar, the loaders are going to be busy adjusting the racks for every lifter.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 112 kilograms. For the first
Looks like we're about to get underway.
Gyorgy Sztano.
Bar is loaded, 112 kilos. This will be the first attempt. Gyorgy Sztano of Hungary, aged just 19 years. His Paralympic debut. Fairly sure we're going to see him around for many more Paralympics to come. He's marching onto the platform with intent. Indicating to the referees, he's got a dodgy elbow lock, that's my technical term. The referees will be looking for the bar to be locked out overhead. He's limited by his impairment. So you can see the centre referee with his hand raised, a bit prematurely maybe. He's waiting to give the signal to start the lift. This will only happen once the bar is off the racks, held over the chest. The spotters, centre spotter is able to assist with that if required. The side spotters will link their hands underneath the bar and just follow the bar down and up. More for safety. Here we go. First attempt in the men's 54 kilo category. So 3 referees, we must have a majority decision, and we do. That's been passed. Lots of things to look out for from a refereeing point of view. Some are harder to see than others. The main thing the referees will be looking for is, does the bar sink into the chest? Which may be the reason we had one failure there. And does it come up nice and level? By level, I mean one arm is not allowed to go faster than the other. It's a great start for Sztano. He's in the competition. Sit back now and wait 20 minutes or so until it's his turn again.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 127 kilograms. For the first attempt, from Japan, Tetsuo Nishizaki.
Barra pronta com 127 quilos. Primeira tentativa de Nishizaki.
Tetsuo Nishizaki of Japan is the next lifter. First attempt.
Khvalinskyi, Ukraine.
Most certainly using Rio 2016 Paralympics more for experience than anything. He has his sights set on medalling when the Games goes to Tokyo in 4 years' time. This is his Paralympic debut. Personal best of 126. Coming out here on 127. Clearly has done more in training. So choosing to use both of these straps available. They're not allowed to cover the hip or the knee joints. The reason they use the straps is to keep the legs pinned down to the bench. Heels or hips, shoulders or head come off the bench, then the lift will be failed. Just readjusting to get the chest nice and high, less distance for the bar to travel. Oh, that's a no lift. Centre referee asks for the bar to be re-racked. It's a disappointing opening attempt in these Paralympic Games. He
Nishizaki do Japão.
Questioning what happened there. Did he mistime it?
Loaders, please load the bar
Down
to
nicely, paused,
143 kilos.
went to go up,
Brasileiros, por favor, montar a barra com
posted all the way up, not back
143
down again.
quilos. Hack
You may
3.
see that on a third attempt. Doesn't usually happen on a first attempt.
143 kilos.
You only get 3 goes, they've got to start fairly heavy. As I mentioned before, personal best on this kind of platform was a 126 at the World Championships back in 2014. Let's hope he hasn't come out too heavy. Well, coming out now, the Ukrainian having a whiff of the smelling salts. That's going to clear the nose. If you want to know what that smells like, pop down to your local chemist. Ask for some smelling salts, full of ammonium sulfate. It's going to hit you hard.
Sergii Khvalinskyi.
Slap from the coach, get the adrenaline going. Sergii Khvalinskyi of Ukraine, first attempt, 143 kilos.
Lifter to follow.
Personal best of 153, which is set back at the World Championships 2014. Really getting into position, well suited, the bench. Dig the shoulders in, hips nice and high to get a nice arch in the upper back. Basically makes the chest as high as possible. And decision of the referees, no lift.
Movimento duro na primeira tentativa de Khvalinskyi.
Well, doesn't have a huge distance for the bar to travel.
Loaders, please load the bar to 145 kilos. Rack height, 14.
And just looks there, with one arm coming up slightly higher than the other. Bar has to remain perfectly level. So, lifter who is waiting in the wings. It's from Chile, Jorge Carinao. This will be his Paralympic debut. Once a Paralympian, always a Paralympian. It's a very unique club that few can be able to claim to be a part of. Very special moment to compete on this kind of platform in front of, quite simply, the whole world.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 145 kilos. For the first attempt, from Chile, Jorge Carinao.
Barra montada com 145 quilos. Primeira tentativa de Jorge Carinao, do Chile.
So Jorge Carinao damaged his spine
Lifter to
after
follow.
an able-bodied weightlifting competition in 2008. Subsequently resulted in
Prepara
impaired
Kaliev,
muscle power.
Kyrgyzstan.
Well, he's gone from able-bodied, not content with sitting back and doing nothing. He wants to compete on the biggest platform of all. And here he is in Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. That looked to be pretty straight to me. Looks at the scoreboard anxiously. 3 white lights. Great start to his Paralympic campaign. 145. Absolutely nailed it.
Carinao, movimento
Great
válido,
lifting.
145 quilos.
Loaders, more weight, please. Please load the bar to 154 kilos. Rack height, 9.
Brasileiros, por favor, montar a barra com 154 quilos. Suporte 9.
So the red discs, 25 kilos in weight. Greens 10, yellows 15, blues 20, and then we've got a bit of shrapnel on the end. So the athlete from Kyrgyzstan, Esen Kaliev, is going to be next to the platform. 154 is the weight that has been called. His ambitions to win medals at the 2016 Paralympic Games here in Rio. He'll have to go considerably higher than this if he's going to execute that dream.
Loaded to 154 kilos. For the first attempt, from Kyrgyzstan, Esen Kaliev.
Barra pronta com 154 quilos para a primeira tentativa de Esen Kaliev, Quirguistão.
From Brazil.
Próximo, Bruno Carra.
Esen Kaliev of Kyrgyzstan placed 10th 4 years ago, but has since put 14 kilos on his best lift with 155, which was at the World Championships 2 years ago. He's coming out just a kilo lighter than that, so starting right on his limit. Let's hope he hasn't come out too heavy. So the coach is allowed on the platform, asking if he's okay. Clearly doesn't want to use the straps. Making full use of the width of the bar. You see the rings on the bar where his hands are. You're allowed to be up to and over them, but not wider. The wider the hands are, the less distance the bar has to travel. That's why they put a limit on it. Well, he held that for a long time at the bottom before driving to arm's length. Was it level though? That's the question.
No,
Well, the referees have answered, no it wasn't.
154 kilos.
Movimento nulo na primeira tentativa de Kaliev.
Do bench at home,
Loaders, please.
yourself close to a best, go down really slowly, pause for that length of time, and then try driving back to arm's length.
162
That is
quilos
tough.
na barra. Suporte.
Hard to get any assistance from the chest. It's going to have taken some amount of energy from him. Just a little bit of movement on the chest maybe. Slightly uneven on the way up, and that's enough for the referees to fail the lift. It's unfortunate. Looking at the scoreboard, a couple of the lifters have increased their opening attempts, which they were permitted to do, up to 5 minutes before the start. Once nominated the weight, you can only change it once. Until we get to the third round, the athletes are permitted 2 changes. Bruno Carra of Brazil, 27-year-old. This is when we're going to hear some noise from the crowd. Brazilians out in force to support their man. Silver medalist at the Pan American Games in 2015 with a best of 162. Choosing to nominate 162 as his opening lift. Indicating to the referees that his arms don't lock. Now he's cycling the bar out. crazy. It's been failed though, that's a shame.
Brazil, 162 kilos.
Movimento duro, primeira tentativa de Bruno Carra do Brasil.
Voters, please load the bar.
It's coming up slightly unevenly maybe.
Rack height 2.
Head, shoulders, hips stayed in contact. We can't see his feet from that angle.
Barra com 162 quilos. Suporte 2.
And are they querying that his arms could have gone a bit straighter maybe? Either way, it's a no lift. He'll have to come back out on a second attempt. It's very difficult to judge when the athlete doesn't have a good elbow lock.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 162 kilos. For the first attempt, from Greece, Dimitrios Bakochristos.
So last words of advice of Dimitrios Bakochristos' coach. Greek contingent, here to support their man. 6th place at the 2014 World Championships. This will be his Paralympic debut. Best of 168. First attempt here, 162. Here we are, there's the 3 white lights. Referee's happy this time. Great control from Dimitrios Bakochristos of Greece. Lowers under control. Nice pause. Drives back to arm's length. Bar staying nice and level all the way. Great opening. Puts himself right up into the lead. How long he's going to stay there for though, it's debatable. So the bar's been increased now to 165 kilos. See the addition of the 20 kilo discs.
Thank you. The bar is loaded.
Just spotter just taking out the foot plate so we can stand a bit higher. Why? This guy's got long arms. Ivory Coast's Alidou Diamoutene. First attempt, 165 kilos. Some experience behind him, competing now in his 4th Paralympic Games. Diamoutene has never medalled, has a personal best of 160, so pushing the limits here with a 165 opener. Coach needs to be careful, not allowed to touch the bar, not allowed to touch the athlete's hands either. Could get his athlete disqualified if he's not careful. So huge arms on Alidou Diamoutene. Needs his big arms. It's a long distance for the bar to travel. Here we go. Oh, it's strong, but I'm not sure the referees are going to be happy with the line of the bar. The problem is when you've got so far to travel, there's so much more room for error. Bar tipped as it came up. Smooth on the way down. Paused nicely. Started off well. And there just starts to tip. It's just cost him his first attempt. There's the look of frustration. Wanted to nail that. Always nice to get your first lift in. So we're moving up now, right into the business end of proceedings.
For the first attempt,
We have 3 athletes yet to join the competition. Next up is going to be Wang Jin of China, 40-year-old, hugely experienced, absolutely remarkable. At the age of 40 years, Rio 2016 Paralympic Games will be Wang's 6th Paralympics. He was a champion in Athens 2004, silver in Atlanta 96, and bronze in Sydney and in London. Only time he's missed a medal was Beijing in front of his home crowd due to a shoulder injury. Oh, looks nice and straight to me. Do the referees agree? Yes, they do. 3 white lights. He's straight up into the lead. That's a huge opening attempt. We are getting closer and closer to the Olympic standard of 175.
loaders, please load the bar to 178 kilos.
Oh, incredible lifting. Hands very, very close. Brings in more triceps. Most of these athletes will opt to have their hands as wide as possible. Simply less distance for the bar to travel.
Ladies and gentlemen, if this lift is successful, it would be a new Paralympic record.
So, you may have heard the announcer then. If successful, this next lift of 178 will be a new Paralympic record. Roland. Apologise, we change of lifters.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 178 kilos.
Okay, so lifter from Nigeria, Roland Ezuruike, has increased his opener. This is going to bring out first attempt from Vietnam, Binh An Nguyen. So if successful, new Paralympic record, 178 on a first attempt.
Lifter to follow, Nigeria, Ezuruike.
Courteously acknowledging the referees. Always good to keep them on your side, I guess. Giving instructions to the centre spotter as to how he wants the bar unloaded. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Let's see what the referees made of that. No lift. Just wondering if it paused long enough on his chest.
Loaders, please, more weight. Load the bar to 185 kilos now. Rack height, 13.
Touches. Did it pause long enough? I don't know. Coming up, looked fairly symmetrical. Refereeing has been very, very strict, and quite rightly so.
If the athlete is successful with this attempt, it would be a new Paralympic record.
So, unsuccessful on his first attempt. He'll be coming back in round 2. So one athlete remaining in the first round, and that's Nigeria's Roland Ezuruike.
To 185 kilos for the first attempt from Nigeria, Roland Ezuruike.
And he's smiling, seems to be enjoying the occasion. We don't have much information about this lifter, but quite clearly a fantastic athlete. He was the Commonwealth Games silver medalist in 2014. So once the bar is loaded and the athlete has been called, they get 2 minutes. As you can see here, Ezuruike just doing his own psychological preparations. Having some issues with the strapping though. So there's your minute buzzer. First attempt, 185 kilos. This for a new Paralympic record. Can he do it? Wow, super strong in the upward phase. Just need to check if the referees are happy with the movement. Yes, they are. There we go. Paralympic record. Unbelievable lifting, and that's still only his first attempt. We've still got 2 rounds to go. How much further can he go? Pauses, drives aggressively back to arm's length. Tremendous demonstration of upper body strength.
To recap after the first round, Ezuruike, Nigeria, holds the lead at 185 kilos, followed by Wang of the People's Republic of China at 170 kilos. Currently in third place from Greece, Bakochristos.
So here we are, the current standings in the men's 54 kilo category. In the lead with a new Paralympic record, 185, is Roland Ezuruike of Nigeria. Second place, China, Wang Jian with 170, and in third place, the Greek lifter Dimitrios Bakochristos with 162. A little gap then down to fourth and fifth. Still a number of lifters yet to register a weight.
Thank you.
Now wait till make a bar for this one.
122 quilos para a segunda tentativa de Gyorgy Sztano na Hungria.
Lifting the floor, Nishizaki, Japan.
Prepara Nishizaki, do Japão.
So round 2 about to get underway. Gyorgy Sztano of Hungary, 19-year-old. He's an athlete and a student. Great place to be, gives you plenty of time to train. Well, he smashed his first attempt with 112. He's now gone a huge 10 kilo increase. 122 is the weight requested here for a second attempt. Two side spotters, they won't touch the bar, they'll just follow it. 10 kilo increase. It's there. And the referee's happy that it was to arm's length. No, they're not. That's disappointing. So hard to referee. The elbow lock is not clear. May have deemed there's some movement on the chest as well.
Brasileiros, por favor, 127 quilos. Suporte 10.
So quick adjustment of the rack height and the weight.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 127 kilos for the second attempt. From Japan, Tetsuo Nishizaki.
So after missing his first attempt, Tetsuo Nishizaki of Japan is coming out now for a second attempt. Same weight, didn't want to risk going any heavier. First attempt was nowhere near. Couldn't push through the sticking point. This is a kilo heavier than anything he's done on the world stage before. He's lost his chute on the way out of the chair. Is he going to bother putting it back on? Yes, he is. So the athlete clearly has a job to do, but so do the coaches. They've got to get that strapping quite quickly in place to give the athlete as much time to prepare as possible. 45 seconds remaining. Coach just giving final instructions to the spotter in terms of how his athlete wants the bar unracked. Well, that was much, much better. No issues taking the bar back to arm's length. But unfortunately, the referees have seen an infringement. Now he finds himself in a spot of bother. You only get 3 attempts. You've got to register one of them. He's only got 1 go left. And that really is disappointing.
Brasileiros, por favor, montar a barra com 143 quilos. Suporte 3.
Almost looked like one elbow locked out before the other. It's an indication that the bar's come up unevenly. Or only just. The left side of the bar went a bit quicker than the right. How unlucky. So we're about to see a second attempt now for the Ukrainian. He's asking for the clock to be started.
The bar is loaded to 143 kilos for the second attempt. From Ukraine, Sergii Khvalinskyi.
Barra pronta com 143 quilos.
Well, sure does like to be fired up, doesn't he? Sergii Khvalinskyi, 30 years of age, began powerlifting because he couldn't find a suitable job after finishing his studies. So 1-4-3. Failed previously. Can he nail it this time? This time, good lift, no problems at all. High five to the coach. He's in the competition, can relax a little. Big drive back to arm's length. Job done. Well, the best of 1-5-3. I wonder how far he'll go on his third attempt.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 150 kilos for the second attempt. From Chile, Jorge Carinao.
Well, if successful, this will place Jorge Carinao into 5th place.
Athlete to follow. Kaliev.
When asked what his philosophy was, he said, if my accident had never happened, I would never have discovered my true spirit and determination. What a philosophy to have, what a mindset to take forwards. We can all learn a thing or two. Well, what do we think? Looks anxiously at the scoreboard, he's got it. 2-1 decision. And he can progress again into the third round. 2 from 2.
Rack height 9, 154 kilos. Rack height 9.
Atletas, por favor, montar a barra com 154 quilos. Suporte 9.
Really is a fantastic setup here in these Paralympic Games. Warm-up room, well equipped. Competition venue is excellent. And here we have, from Kyrgyzstan, Esen Kaliev. Second attempt, missed his first on 154. He's opted for the same again. He was named Best Paralympic Athlete of the Year in 2012 and 2015 in Kyrgyzstan. He holds a title of Master of Sport of international class in Kyrgyzstan as well. The referees are happy this time. 3 white lights. He's going to make his family proud. He's got a son and a daughter watching back home. Awesome control on the way down. Pauses before driving back to arm's length. Safely in the competition.
Rack height 5.
Atletas, por favor, montar a barra com 162 quilos. Suporte.
Gets him in 4th place overall. Still a number of athletes who failed on their first attempt yet to take their seconds. Quickly conversing with the coach as to what weight he wants to nominate for a third attempt. Remember, in the third round they can change those weights twice.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 162 kilos for the second attempt. From Brazil, Bruno Carra.
Barra montada com 162 quilos para a segunda
So
tentativa.
bar is loaded. Second attempt for Bruno Carra of Brazil, 27-year-old making his Paralympic debut. In front of his home crowd, desperately needs to nail this second attempt. Well, did he even pause? Down and up pretty sharpish. What do the referees think this time? It's a good lift. He's got it, he's in the competition. Thank goodness, he says. So important to get one of the first lifts on the board. Now he can really go for it. Yes, there was a pause there. Clearly there was.
For the second attempt. Correction, 165 kilos, rack height 15.
Brasileiros, por favor, montar a barra com 165 quilos. Rack 15.
So the racks are being adjusted. The new weight is loaded. 165 kilos. Just going to bring out the lifter.
From Ivory Coast,
From the Ivory Coast, Alidou Diamoutene.
Pronta com 165 quilos para a segunda tentativa de Alidou Diamoutene.
Diamoutene played for the Ivory Coast national wheelchair basketball team.
from Greece, Bakochristos.
Prepara Bakochristos.
Says that weightlifting probably means powerlifting is a humbling sport. You need to be a strong character to compete. It's also a sport that gives him confidence. To look good, feel good, attitude. That's why a lot of people use a gym. That's why a lot of people want to get in shape. Confidence that good physical condition and fitness brings is immense. So he's failed his first attempt. Same weight again now on his second, 165, just to get himself into the competition. Well, if successful, this will put him into third place. But it's not to be. That's two failures now with 165.
Segunda tentativa de Alidou Costa.
He's looking around for some feedback, wants to know what happened.
Please load the bar to 170
Just
kilos.
tiny, tiny errors. Was the bar perfectly stationary on his chest?
Brasileiros,
Did it come up perfectly in line? The referees have seen some kind of infringement.
suporte 2.
He's probably saying to his coach, what do I have to do? Well, such tiny, tiny errors. But at this level, it has to be absolutely perfect to satisfy the referees. Two failures, one to go.
170 kilos. For the second attempt, from Greece, Dimitrios Bakochristos.
Barra pronta com 150 quilos para a segunda tentativa.
So successful with 162. He's now opted for a 170. Big 8 kilo increase. This will take him above the weight that he lifted to place 6th at the World Championships in 2014. He finished with a 168 there. Well, he looks in the zone, doesn't he? Dimitrios Bakochristos from Greece, 33-year-old. Well, has to work hard all the way through. Not happy with that. Looks to the coach for some feedback.
Loaders, please load the bar to 175 kilos. 175 kilos. Rack height 14.
Bar didn't come back down, did it? No, still going up. Referee's not happy with something.
Suporte 14.
Well, he'll have to go and chill out now for another 15, 20 minutes before he's back on again for the third and final round.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 175 kilos. For the second attempt, from People's Republic of China, Wang.
So we're into the top weights now.
175 quilos para a segunda tentativa de
Wang Jian of China is currently sat in second place after round 1. Took up powerlifting back in '93 after watching the '92 Paralympic Games in Barcelona on TV. Visited the National Federation for Athletes with an impairment and told them he wished to begin competing. He hasn't looked back since. Second attempt, 175. No. Centre referee asks for the bar to be re-racked. Hit that sticking point, bar started to go back down. At that point it's game over.
movimento nulo na segunda tentativa de Wang.
Loaders, please load the bar now to 178 kilos.
Well, he needs to nail this on a third attempt. If not, he can open it right up to other lifters. There's a number of lifters that I suspect are going to opt for this weight. This is what he... So 170 is the weight that he did in the first round, but there are a number of lifters very close who have lighter body weights.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 178 kilos.
This could become a game of cat and mouse. Tactics being played in the third and final round.
Barra montada. 178 quilos para a segunda tentativa de 20.
So coming onto the stage now for his second attempt, Binh An Nguyen of Vietnam, 31-year-old, missed his first attempt. 178 was failed. Contracted polio at the age of 7, resulting in loss of feeling in his legs. When he lacks in lower leg power, he makes up for in upper body strength. Phenomenal weight now. Remember, these guys only weighing 54 kilos in body weight. We're up to a 178. Well, does he drift over to the right side? Well, the referee's happy. No! And he's furious. I think that bar just drifted as it came up. The arm closest to us extended a fraction earlier. Well, he's under pressure now. Sinked into the chest as well. Did it really pause? He's got one attempt remaining to correct these mistakes. He's in big trouble right now. Quite clearly a Paralympic medal hopeful. But he could open up the doors to somebody else if he can't secure that on a third attempt.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 190 kilos. For the second attempt, from Nigeria, Roland Ezuruike.
Barra pronta, 190 quilos para a segunda tentativa de Ezuruike, da Nigéria.
So, pushing further and further ahead now. 5 kilo increase from his first attempt, which was 185. Roland Ezuruike of Nigeria. He wants this victory. He wants to put this so far out of anybody's reach. If successful, this will be a Paralympic record. His own record, set about 20 minutes ago. His philosophy, with God, all my goals can be achieved. Well, he'll be looking to the heavens right now for some assistance here. So the coach is just asking for a change in the height of the racks. We're going to see the clock reset. No. I'm not sure whose mistake that is. We're hearing a lot of shouts from the crowd. Come on, come on, come on, let's go. I think everybody right now is aware that the clock is running. 20 seconds, still plenty of time. Wow, looks super strong. And the referees agree. Well, surely he's putting himself so far out of reach now that nobody can catch him. An immense degree of strength. He wants to have a go at the world record, which stands at the moment by the legend himself, Sharif Osman of Egypt. He's going to need to finish his third attempt within 10 kilos of that world record, so he'll need to opt for a 195 on his next attempt.
Nice one. Once again, to recap the scoreboard, Ezuruike, Nigeria leads with 190 kilos made on his second attempt.
Well, here we are, the current standings after the second round. Roland Ezuruike of Nigeria extends his lead up to 190, new Paralympic record. Second place, Wang Jin of China, 170. He stays on, unsuccessful with 175. And in third place, we see Bakochristos of Greece with a 170. Sorry, with a 162, missed the 170.
Thank you. The bar is now loaded to 120 kilos for the third attempt from Hungary.
Remember, the Vietnamese lifter Binh An Nguyen, quite capable of getting himself into the medals, but 2 failures thus far have cost him dearly. So round 3, third and final round of the men's 54 kilo category here at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games from Rio Centro Pavilion 2. This round is where the medals will be decided. First up, Gyorgy Sztano of Hungary, the 19-year-old. He's an athlete and a student. making his Paralympic debut. Nailed 112 on his first attempt, missed 122 second. Same weight for his third. And that's a no lift, unfortunately. Referees have seen an infringement. He'll go away now, take the experience that he's gained from these games. And I'm sure that we're going to see him back in 4 years' time. The age of just 19 right now, he's got a lot of maturing to do. This is probably where the biggest strength gains are had. He can walk away calling himself a Paralympian.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 127 kilos. For the third attempt from Japan, Tetsuo Nishizaki.
Montada por 127 quilos para a terceira tentativa. Nishizaki do Japão.
Khvalinskyi, Ukraine. Lifter to follow.
Prepara Khvalinskyi.
So, third and final attempt for Tetsuo Nishizaki of Japan. He was an able-bodied wrestler in high school, participated in national competitions. He's also competed in wheelchair marathons since his traffic accident, which resulted in a spinal cord injury. Initially took up para-athletics, but switched to para-powerlifting after Tokyo was awarded the 2020 Paralympic Games. His ambition to medal in 4 years' time. So 127 kilos is the weight on the bar. He's missed it on the first two occasions. Needs this desperately to get a result. Well, surely this time he looks to the scoreboard. Oh, goodness me.
Japan, 127 kilos.
Well, he'll take the experience from the Rio Paralympic Games away.
Loaders 150 kilos now. Rack height 3.
I'm struggling to give you a reason as to why that was failed. Clearly the referees have seen something that I haven't. That really is unfortunate. I'm sure we're going to see him take a great deal from this event.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 150 kilos. For the third attempt from Ukraine, Sergii Khvalinskyi.
Well, I've never seen somebody require assistance to put the wrist supports on. He does want those tight, doesn't he? Quick, let's get on before you cut off the circulation to your hands. Sergii Khvalinskyi of the Ukraine, 30-year-old. Third and final attempt now, 150. Missed 143 on a first. Got it on the second. And now he's going for something much bigger. No messing, straight onto the bench. Well, bar continued to move. Question is, are the referees happy? It's very difficult to keep them happy today. 3 failures. A lot of what we're watching is to do with the elbow lock. Slightly uneven maybe, you can see better from this angle.
152 kilos, rack height 14.
Brasileiros, por favor, montar a barra com 152 quilos. Suporte 14.
Можно просто, ты можешь.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 152 kilos. For the third attempt from Chile, Jorge Carinao.
Barra pronta. 152 quilos para a terceira tentativa de Carinao, do Chile.
Lifter to follow. Kyrgyzstan.
So onto the platform now for his third and final attempt, Jorge Carinao of Chile. 25-year-old, suffered an accident whilst weightlifting in 2008. Switch sports. And believes that he has learnt a lot about himself since sustaining the injury. Discovered his true spirit and true determination. Well, he's going to need it right now. Just 2 kilos up on his previous attempt. Rack is what's been asked from the centre referee.
No lift. Carinao, Chile, third attempt.
Movimento nulo na terceira tentativa de Carinao.
Loaders, please load the bar to 163 kilos. 163
And
kilos.
the bar was still moving, it hadn't stopped. I think it was probably about to though.
Montar a barra com 163 quilos. Suporte 9.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 163 kilos. For the third attempt from Kyrgyzstan, Esen Kaliev.
Barra pronta com 163 quilos para a
So the competition moves on. Third attempt now from Esen Kaliev of Kyrgyzstan. Took up the sport at the age of 17.
do Brasil.
Well, 155 was his best coming into this competition. This 163 now is an attempt to move up the rankings somewhat. Say to move up the rankings, let's put this in perspective. This will actually put him up into the bronze medal position ahead of Dimitrios Bakochristos of Greece by virtue of lighter body weight. This is a big lift. Can he do it? No. Well, he had a go. Huge increase from anything he's done before. But he had to have a go. Nothing to lose. We're now moving into the weights that could determine the medals.
Loader is 166 kilos now. 166 kilos. Rack height 5.
So
Brasileiros, por favor,
this is where
montar a
medals
barra
are going to be won and
163
lost.
quilos.
Let's try and summarise this, if I may. Dimitrios Bakochristos, after round 2, finds himself in bronze medal position, only just.
163 kilos.
Remember, the lifter from Japan didn't register, but it's the lifter from Vietnam, Binh An Nguyen, who has had 2 previous failures. If he is successful on his third, we'll have to wait and see, then he could catapult himself straight up into the medals. There's your current standings, and we're now at a weight of 163 kilos. believe we're going to see Bruno Carra. So Bruno Carra of Brazil, successful with 162 on his second attempt, choosing for a huge 1 kilo increase. This is a sensible call. While it may only be that 1 kilo, it would be enough to put him up into a medal position. Whether he could then hang on to it or not is another matter. At this kind of level, medals are more important than personal bests. You've got to play the game, you've got to watch what everybody else is doing. Respectfully acknowledging the referees, just reminding them that his elbows do not lock out properly. Began powerlifting in 2009, used jiu-jitsu. He went to the gym to improve his health. He said usually he has pain in his hips and knees and he couldn't do a single exercise. But while exercising on the bench, he always beat his colleagues. And even being the shortest in the group, he said, I'd always mess around with them, claiming that they only have the size. So here we go. Chance to put him into a medal position, 163 kilos. Third and final attempt for Bruno Carra of Brazil. Well, it went down quick, it came up quick. He's standing up, celebrating as if he's got it, but he hasn't.
Brazil, 163 kilos.
Well, the crowd were behind him, everybody was behind him. The referees saw something wrong.
70 kilos now, 170. Rack height, 15.
Well, that's a shame.
Por favor, montar a barra com 170 quilos. Suporte.
Dimitrios Bakochristos remains in the bronze medal position.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 170 kilos.
So, final words of wisdom
From Ivory Coast.
from the coach of Alidou Diamoutene. It's calm, it's collected, it's ready to go. He does have a recurring elbow injury for several months before competing in the Paralympic Games in 2008. He was forced to retire there. Well, right about now, he's got an opportunity to catapult himself up into the medals. Can he take this opportunity? He's missed his first 2 attempts, both on 165. Chosen to gamble, 170, all or nothing. No, I don't think so. There's clearly lopsidedness there as the bar comes up, and he knows it. Well, that's game over from the lifter from the Ivory Coast. Alidou Diamoutene will have to come back 4 years' time if he wants to get himself on the podium. It was a gutsy effort, strong enough to get it back up, but not the control or discipline required to satisfy the referees. Still, Dimitrios Bakochristos finds himself in the bronze medal position. He will be the next lifter out.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 170 kilos. For the third attempt from Greece, Dimitrios Bakochristos.
Barra pronta com 170 quilos para a terceira tentativa de Bakochristos.
So onto the stage we see the lifter who is currently in third place, Dimitrios Bakochristos of Greece, 33 years of age. Best result at the World Championships has been 6th. Well, he could see himself right up the rankings here. Runs a cheese business in the local suburbs of Monastriaki in Greece, along with his brother and father. Well, you never know, he might get promotion if successful here. .170, third attempt. Well, was that level? I'm not sure. Let's see what the referees think. No lift. He's left back on 162, which is the lift he did on his first attempt. He's in a really difficult position now. Cannot do any more. Needs to go back, watch and wait. Looked good right to the end, and it just dipped on one side.
Loaders, more weight please. 178 kilos now. 178 kilos. Rack height.
So the next lifter onto stage is the man that could push Dimitrios Bakochristos out of the medals. So 178 kilos is the weight that has been requested. Quite sensibly has not chosen to go any higher. Binh An Nguyen of Vietnam, 31-year-old, needs to put out of his mind the previous 2 attempts, the 2 failures on 178. He has 1 attempt now for a medal. Successful, this will put him straight up into second place. If he misses it, Dimitrios Bakochristos of Greece will secure the bronze. Oh, lucky, it's not there. Just drifted as the bar came up, went to one side slightly. And there's a celebration from the Greek coach and athlete, Dimitrios Bakochristos. Congratulations, yes, you are the Paralympic bronze medalist from the men's 54 kilo category. Sinks into the chest as well. The referees may not have been happy with that.
Loaders 200 kilos now.
So
200 kilos, rack height 13.
the bar is now going to 200 is the weight that we've just heard. This will be for Roland Ezuruike of Nigeria.
If successful, the athlete would be setting a new Paralympic record.
You heard it there. If successful, this will be a new Paralympic record, a record that he set himself just a few minutes previously. So he's taken a 10 kilo increase, 190 up to 200. He's just looking at the scoreboard as well. Wang Jin of China, he has decided not to take a third attempt. He has graciously declined, knowing that his 170 that he set in the first round is good enough for the silver medal. So we will not be seeing Wang Jin of the People's Republic of China. He's guaranteed the silver medal. He's allowing Roland Ezuruike the limelight. Come on then, we want to see another record. 200 kilos, what a milestone in any lifter's career. Getting closer and closer to 4 times body weight. Truly immense lifting. And these lifters are able to outlift their able body counterparts of the same body weight. So last bits of advice from the coach, last instructions to the central spotter. They want to make sure they get this right. The unorthodox close grip we see from a lot of the Nigerian lifters. So Roland Ezuruike, third and final attempt. 200 kilos, he's already the gold medalist. Is there another Paralympic record at stake? Yeah, I want to say yes. Yes, there is. 2-1 decision. There's another record. Well, the question is he finished there? 3 attempts, he's guaranteed the gold. Way out of anybody else's reach. There's your champion, but does he fancy an attempt at the world record? If he wants, he can. Pauses nicely on the chest, drives powerfully to arm's length. Judges are happy. Well, I'm not sure what there was to fail there. So we're just waiting, we're watching to see if Roland Ezuruike of Nigeria fancies a 4th attempt. He's permitted a 4th attempt because he's close enough to the world record. The world record currently stands at 205 kilos. He's going for it, 205.5. This will not stand in terms of the overall competition, but it would stand as a record. You have 3 minutes from when the bar is loaded because he's following himself. Respectfully, the spotters are giving the bench a wipe. This will allow him another few seconds of recovery time. Well, we've had records galore in every category here in Rio. We've had records galore again in the men's 54 kilo category. This one for the icing on the cake, a world record attempt. Based on the previous attempts that we've seen, you have to believe that he's strong enough. The question is, can he execute to the standard that the referees require? No messing around, he's not even using the full 3 minutes, he's coming straight out.
If successful, a new Paralympic record, a new world record.
So this to take the world record from Sharif Osman, who goes in the heavier category at these Paralympic Games, the men's 59 kilo category. Sharif Osman will be watching anxiously to see if he hangs on to his record. So 4th attempt outside the competition, 205.5 kilos. Roland Ezuruike, if successful, new world and Paralympic record. It's gone to arm's length. What do the referees think? Oh, so close. Not to be. We'll have to save that one for another day. Congratulations all round. There's your Paralympic Games champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats for the upcoming victory ceremony of the men's up to 54 kilo category. Thank you.
Senhoras e senhores, por favor, permaneçam em seus lugares para a cerimônia de premiação da categoria masculina até 54 quilos. Obrigado.
So here are the results in the men's 54 kilo category. Gold medal goes to Roland Ezuruike with a Paralympic record of 200 kilos. Wang Jin of China is the silver medalist, and bronze medalist is Dimitrios Bakochristos of Greece. 3 lifters failing to register a good lift. They'll be back hopefully in 4 years' time to rectify those problems. That's your results from the men's 54 category.
A organização dos Jogos Olímpicos e Paralímpicos agradece a todos os voluntários pelo esforço, dedicação e comprometimento.
Spectators wishing to purchase tickets to future sessions should visit the ticket box offices or go online on www.rio2016.com/tickets.
Ingressos para todos os outros eventos estão à venda em nossas bilheterias ou pelo site www.rio2016.com/ingressos.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for powerlifting, men's up to 54 kilos.
Senhoras e senhores, a cerimônia de premiação do halterofilismo na categoria masculina até 54 quilos.
So the medal ceremony of the men's 54 kilo category here at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. Some incredibly talented athletes that we have just witnessed. One or two will go away from Rio, lessons learnt, and will come back better and stronger. I always used to look at disappointments as motivation to move forwards, but these are the three athletes that will stand for us on the podium, picking up the medals, picking up the silverware. Keen to get on the podium, they are already. So these are the guys presenting the medals: Mr. Todd Nicholson, IPC governing body board member, and I believe John Amos from Great Britain will also be presenting. So many countries represented in powerlifting here in Rio.
Bronze medalist representing Greece.
Medalha de bronze representando a Grécia.
Dimitrios Bakochristos.
Well, it wasn't a flawless performance, only one lift registered, but one lift was enough. 162 kilos on his first attempt. Your bronze medalist, Dimitrios Bakochristos of Greece.
Silver medalist representing People's Republic of China.
Medalha de prata representando a República Popular da China.
Wang Jin.
Well, what an athlete from China. Wang Jin, at the age of 40, competes in his 6th Paralympic Games, and he's medalled in all but one. Only one he didn't medal was Beijing, in front of his home crowd, but he was carrying a shoulder injury, so we can forgive him that much. Medals across 5 Paralympic Games. What an achievement. Silver here in Rio.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Nigeria,
Medalha de ouro e campeão paralímpico representando a Nigéria,
Roland Ezuruike.
Well, a flawless performance from Roland Ezuruike of Nigeria. 40 years of age. He's gone from being a Commonwealth Games silver medalist a couple of years ago to now the Paralympic gold medalist here in Rio. What a way to make your Paralympic debut. 185, 190, 200 for a Paralympic Games record. Narrowly missed out on the world record on a fourth attempt. Deserved champion. I'll give you your medalists from the men's 54 kilo category, powerlifting here in Rio.
The anthem of Nigeria.
Senhoras e senhores, o hino da Nigéria.
I believe we have three very happy medalists standing on the podium.
The Paralympic medalist.
Now for the formalities, the medals, the interviews.
Paralímpicos.
When leaving your seat and exiting the venue, please take unwanted items with you and place them in the available waste bins of Rio Central Pavilion 2. Thank you.
Ao deixar seu assento, por favor, leve seu lixo para ser depositado nas lixeiras espalhadas pelo pavilhão 2 do Rio Centro. Obrigado.
So that concludes the men's 54 kilo category. Some tremendous lifting yet again, records broken, records annihilated. Some happy athletes going to go away now and do some celebrations, but that's all from Rio Centro Pavilion 2 at the Rio 2016 Paralympics.